Hi, and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Russ, founder of AMP, and welcome to this new segment. We're going to be doing weekly Q&As to answer all of your fitness and well-being questions. If you are new to the channel, here at AMP, we focus on health and well-being through the lens of exercise, psychology, and nutrition. They're the three main pillars that we focus on. So every time we come to try and solve a problem or try and achieve a goal when it comes to health and fitness and well-being, we look at what we can be doing in those three different areas to optimize lifestyle and routines and habits in order to achieve the goal. And as a result of that, there are a huge number of different topics that we can focus on. So to try and narrow that down and give you some useful information and useful insights that you can use in your own lives, we're going to be picking one theme each week to focus on. And in this video, I'm going to be focusing first on some of the benefits of personal training. I've been a personal trainer for just over 10 years now, working mainly with people who are working and living in the city. And so looking at exercise and health and well-being through the lens of potentially not having a huge amount of time to dedicate towards going to the gym and training, certainly being able to deal with stress and trying to achieve a work-life balance. So what we do is we help people to optimize their lifestyles in order to live as healthy and happier life as possible. So if you like the content in this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. We're going to be answering questions from clients that we get throughout the week, but also we want to be answering your questions too. So don't forget to comment your questions down below. All right, let's get into the first question. First question is, why should I get a personal trainer? So why should you get a personal trainer is a great question, but it's very broad. So let's break it down a little bit into how personal training can help, I suppose, with workouts as well as more generalized lifestyle advice. The main thing I find with clients is that working out on your own is inconsistent because sometimes you feel motivated and sometimes you don't. One of the things that I provide is I provide accountability in what I would call soft accountability. So hard accountability, I would think about as being the old school sort of almost military type personnel who's going, I'm going to shout at you and I'm going to say, you know, you're not good enough and you should be doing more reps and more of this. And I'm going to use that kind of external motivation. Soft accountability for me is more about trying to work with clients. So working together with clients, find out what motivates them, and then keep them accountable to turning up for themselves. Not turning up for me, but turning up for themselves. I suppose as well as accountability, there's just the advantage of having spent a career learning about exercise and having seen lots of people move. So you pick up lots of tips and tricks along the way to make exercises feel better. You pick up tips and tricks around programming for more effective results. And you also understand the process because you've been there before. So it's easy for me to empathize with where clients are at, whether it's struggling to get results, whether it's knowing how long it's going to take until they get to their goal, what that pathway towards their goal looks like. All of those sorts of things can just help to demystify the process, make it clearer what's going to be required, how much time, energy, and effort needs to go into achieving the goal, and I suppose how realistic certain goals are as well. Aside from expertise and accountability, I mean, it's just more fun when you're working out with someone, particularly someone who enjoys it, who's passionate about it, and is invested in your results. They are sharing the journey with you. Like, I go every step of the way with my clients and love seeing them make progress and really get a lot from that. So I'm enjoying the sessions and I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and I think that rubs off on clients. So people who've never exercised before have a positive experience when they begin exercising with a personal trainer. And people who are used to exercising on their own, who are comfortable exercising already, it helps you to just elevate your game, take it to the next level, which of course, for people who've been training themselves for a long time, particularly if they've had some success already, the enjoyment's really going to come from achieving things that they didn't think they could do. What else have we got here? Next question. These are great questions, by the way. How do I stay motivated? Oh, I see. How do I design workouts in order to stay motivated? Yeah, this is a great question. I mean, motivation is something that, as a personal trainer, you work with all the time, trying to keep people motivated, but also understanding that when people are not feeling hugely inspired or motivated at the time, or other things in life have played a role in how they're feeling on that day, that actually you have to be able to account for that in what you're doing in the gym and maybe adjust the plan. In terms of how you design your program to remain motivated, I mean, goal setting is hugely important. And it sounds very simple, but goal setting provides you with the direction and the clarity on what you should be doing, and often then gives you momentum. You can see how far away from that goal you are, and you can see progress towards that goal, and you're measuring how well you're doing against achieving that goal at a certain time. So that can be huge source of motivation. The other thing that can really help to motivate you is aligning your exercise program with what you value. So what I mean by that is just not exercising in a way that you think other people think you should exercise. Finding out what it is you enjoy and what you get from exercise that leaves you feeling good, and then programming more of that in. That's different to performance-based programming. Performance-based programming is based on, we're going to achieve a certain amount of a certain speed, a certain distance, a certain amount of strength within a given time. But when it comes to just remaining motivated, if you're structuring your programming around motivation, then if you value what you're doing in your exercise sessions, or you get value from them, you're more likely to want to turn up to do that session, even on the days when energy is a bit lower, maybe feeling stressed, you haven't slept as well, that kind of stuff. It's easier to turn up on those days. And realistically, once you've been training for long enough, and you've been consistent for a while, motivation becomes easy because you know exactly how the process works, and you don't want to miss that session. So for me, for instance, turning up to go to the gym is easy, but when you're getting started and you're trying to get into fitness, one of the mistakes that people make is they try to work out in the way that other people think they should be working out, or work out in a way that will please other people, look impressive, or whatever it might be. In reality, what will keep you exercising for a long time is the things that you value, and getting value from doing those sessions. Just interrupt for a second to say, if you do want more information on anything to do with programming, fitness and wellbeing, head over to the AMP app, where you'll find lots more articles, videos, and content from myself and the other coaches in the AMP team. All right, let's have a look at the next question. We're going to do one more question and then wrap up for today. How do I create a balanced workout routine? What I often think is probably an unbalanced workout routine is sticking purely to one type of exercise. See this in a different groups of people. So you see this sometimes with people who get very much into, say, yoga, or maybe weightlifting, or a type of training. So they really like the cardio, but not so keen on weights. And you also see it in people trying to develop a particular physique. So focusing in on particular areas of the body. So biasing training chest or arms to try and increase muscle size, or perhaps biasing glute training, core training to try and tone, these kind of things. Realistically, all of those systems, all of the muscles, everything underneath our skin is all connected. And when you do exercises for all of the muscles in the body, you're going to get a much greater benefit and far better function from your body than you will if you focus on one particular type of exercise, or one particular type or body part. The other problem with focusing entirely on one type of exercise is just injury or disruption to training. So if all of your joy and happiness and success comes from running, for instance, and that's all you do, if you for some reason get injured and you can't run, is going to have a massively detrimental effect both on motivation, perhaps mental health, and certainly your training. You'll often see lots of elite level athletes, even if they are professional runners, will also supplement their training program with strength training, stretching, and recovery strategies in order to make sure that they are always fit and healthy to be able to run, to do the thing that they really love. So it is always worth having a balance of different types of activity in your program for that reason. Another reason to have a balance of activities in your program is that some activities have huge fatigue demands, or they're hugely fatiguing, and others are far more restorative and good for recovery. You're not going to be able to train hard every day with exercises that have lots of fatigue, because you're just going to burn out. So having some days when you're actually still active, still moving, but perhaps you're doing meditation, perhaps you're doing stretching, perhaps you're doing some light cardio, maybe going out for a walk, those sorts of activities that aren't as taxing, they help to keep you moving and they help to keep you doing the type of exercise that you really enjoy, but they allow your body the time it needs to rest and recover, so that when you do go back to your HIIT training, weight training, whatever it is you're doing, you're actually better off. Your body is better able to perform to your best. Let's give you some specific numbers because that's more helpful. So generally speaking, with intense exercise that creates fatigue, so where you feel muscle soreness or you feel tired after exercise, 3 to 5 times a week is really optimal to produce adaptations to keep you progressing. 2 to 4 times a week is usually perfectly sufficient to keep you exactly where you are at the moment, to maintain. And then for those other activities, it's having the balance of more relaxing activities, the more restful activities, such as massage, breathing meditations, stretching, gentle cardio, walks, etc. Those things on the other days. So perhaps doing, whether it's 4 days of those or 2 days, depending on your schedule, that's a good frequency to be able to balance the overall program so that you don't overtrain and burn out, but also you're able to make progress. As I said, we're going to be doing these videos weekly. So we're going to be releasing the videos on Wednesdays. So please do send in any questions you have. If you want me or any of the team at AMP to answer questions that will help you with your fitness routine, send them in and we will do our best to get round and address them as we go. We're also going to be answering questions that we get from clients and things that we are programming in or working on with clients throughout the week. So you'll get to see our coaching process and how we help clients to solve problems. Right, guys, this has been a great one. Please do remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. It really helps us to grow the channel, and look forward to seeing you next time.